Author Mia Redrick regularly meets with mothers to help them prioritize their busy lives.
So, one of the things that I found is that as a mom, we're no longer multitasking, we're megatasking.
Hey there, I missed you guys earlier. Hey, Arlene, I missed you on the coaching call tonight. Hey there, Carol, good to see you. This is a big one. How to get out of your own way. Invite your friends, guys. Heart it up.
Whatever we do for ourselves is what we are giving to our family.
Hey, Herlene. We had a great call tonight on Core Moms. Hey, Valencia.
Always
hey guys,
ready to work out.
Your friends.
So I always bring with me my jump rope.
We get started in about 3 minutes.
As well as my resistance bands. Easy way to get your workout in any day, anytime.
I love the toolkit, Mia. How about dads? Can dads have one too?
Absolutely. Dads create the best toolkits. The deal is just be prepared for wherever you're going to be that day with your family to maximize the day.
Come on, guys, show the love.
Said there are not enough hours in a day. You're going to love my next strategy called
Hey, beautiful
blending.
song. What's your name?
Blending is when you are doing something for your children, looking for opportunities to do something.
I am doing what every mom is doing up.
Tell me, how are you already blending
everything?
How are you
I'm doing
taking care of yourself
right now.
while you're taking care of your children?
I have a best girlfriend who's a trainer who's created a way in which we literally work out in her garage while our kids play outside. So we're getting me time, we're getting family time, and our kids are just having a good time.
We've had over 283 self-care groups, and I think the power of the groups has been that moms have no judgment,
guys,
just
share with
camaraderie.
How are you?
You have an opportunity to connect with other women in your demographics of motherhood. And I firmly believe that moms aren't necessarily looking to balance their work in their life. I think what we want more of is joy. Creating opportunities to experience joy on a daily basis in your life is the goal. The next time you and your family need a getaway, try a staycation.
Facebook,
what
on
I mean
Twitter.
by that is explore in your hometown, play
get out of their own way. I'm going to give it up, I promise.
Exactly what your family needs to refuel and reconnect, even in the middle of your busy lives. Remember, when mama's happy, everyone else is happy.
When most people think of dating, they think of being single, going out of town. But when you're married with kids, that's where the real dating fun should begin.
It was awesome.
Well, our mom strategist explains why and shares her rules of family dating.
You gotta listen to the replay.
This is something you've probably not thought about, but it's worked really great for me, and it is dating your family. And because you have 6 children, one of the things that works terrific is to be able to date at home. And what I get a lot of my clients to do is to create a dating box.
Stay to the end. We went over a little bit, but it was good.
Put things that you want to enjoy together, because sometimes we have opportunities to date our partners, but we don't have a whole lot of time. It might be you have 90 minutes, but by the time he has to go and get the movie or get a meal, the time that you would have spent together is gone.
So much for putting it there. Thank you. I love it. You guys are amazing, Herlene. I can't wait to see what you're going to accomplish in 2016. You guys need to follow her.
For Mother's Self-Care, Mia Redrick. Mia, thank you so much. Stand up, please. Pleasure. I really feel for this family. You did help them with some tips, but what can we all take away? We're going to get started in 30 seconds.
Well, dear time is such Heart it up if you're watching the replay. Heart it up, guys.
Family time, and to make self-care a reality every single day. It's simple.
Thank you, Herlene.
So drop everything and read.
Drop everything and read. It will allow the kids to see mom and dad having some downtime, and it becomes part of the family culture. Self-care.
So what about the fact that she has no time to herself? She sits in her car and listens to the radio and lies to her husband about where she is, just so she can have a moment to breathe.
So what we talked about was them giving one another permission.
If you have any friends on Twitter or that would benefit, invite them. Any friends on Facebook, personally invite them, guys.
They're a couple that wants to be together. They don't want to
get out of your own way. Anybody want to do that?
Started to date, just to dance together, they reconnected immediately.
I saw you covering your ears when that was happening. Why?
It's emotional.
Yes, it is. Because I love my husband, and we all forget why we got married.
Thank you, Herlene, for sharing. These are my people. Flip this off. Hey, guys. Let me flip it here. I'm getting better with the flips. I might have to put my hat on. Kind of flat. It's been raining here in Maryland all day today. Hey there. It's Mia Redrick here, the mom strategist. And I am fired up. It is December 23rd. It is December 23rd. And I know why you guys are up. You've got cakes in the oven, right? You're cooking, you're cooling. Is that what you're doing? I am Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist. And yeah, it has Valencia. It's been raining all day. I've been wearing my hat. So I had my Nike hat on like all day. Let me show you guys. This is like my favorite hat. This is what I've been wearing all day, and now I've got like flat hair, right? So I decided to take my hat off and kind of talk to you guys tonight. Your kids are making gingerbread cookies. So I think one of my sons is asleep, and then one's upstairs cleaning his room, and then one's watching television. And we've just had an amazing day, just getting ready for the holiday and to enjoy one another. And I know you guys are too. I know I won't be on Christmas Day, but I wanted to give you guys something meaty, just something to think about. Hey, Beyond Measure, I wanted to give you something to think about. It's like, how to get out of your own way. That's what I want to talk about today. For those of you who are new to my broadcast, I am Mia Redrick. I am the mom strategist, and I support moms of life and business success. Hey there. I have coached over 400 clients. 112 of my clients are authors. Half of them are number one Amazon bestsellers, and I'm excited for them. I'm excited to be able to work with brilliant and amazing people who like to take their content. Julia's in the house to take their content, position it in it with a digital strategy, and to be able to build their businesses from the comfort of their home with what they know. So if you are interested in any of that, you're going to love my previous scopes. Love it. Did you get a notification today? Did you get a notification? Well, you can check out my previous scopes at katch.me. katch.me. Yes. It's working. You didn't get it? Oh my goodness. Okay. At catch.me, and just search my name, Mia Redrick. Okay. And if you're not currently on my newsletter list, you need to be. And sign up. www.miaredrick.com. miaredrick.com. Okay. Are you guys ready for this call today? Because this is one of those topics. Let me pull my notes up. That you checked all the scopes. Okay, great. This is one of those topics that I get to revisit with my clients all the time. How to get out of your own way. See, a lot of times when we don't do the things that we want to do, we want to blame other people. We want to talk about circumstances. We want to use excuses. And I hear the same stuff over and over again. So I'm going to share some of the things that I hear over and over again. That might be the things that you're saying about why you're not moving forward, why the needle's not moving in your own life. Okay, now I promise to give you amazing content. You got my voicemail today. Okay. Oh, absolutely. I called you the other day to thank you for being the scribe here. How cool is it? We met here on Periscope, that you would put my information here to support everyone else. Of course I would call you, because I appreciate people like you in my world. Let me tell you guys that typically on my scopes, what happens is I like to give up content, amazing content, and people like to write. But I want you to do me a favor. Write, and tap. Write, and tap. Now, the reason that you're tapping is not for me. It's actually for the other people who need to hear this message. And when they see the heart stream, they know that these are scopes that they need to check out. Let me pull up my notes here, because I don't want to miss anything here. Okay, I don't want to miss anything that I want to say to you guys, okay? This is about getting out of your own way. And, this year, New Year's coming. And let's be clear, any day can be your new year. You can start tomorrow and say my new year starts tomorrow. So you don't need January 1st to come for you to start your new year. It can start right now, okay? But I know a lot of times you can't figure out why. Now you're doing an assessment. Thank you so much. You're doing an assessment. You're looking at your world, and you're looking at what you accomplished this year. And some of you might be looking at the results and say, you know what? I'm not really where I want to be, or I haven't accomplished what I needed to do. So if you guys have gotten to 500 hearts, you need to go out and you got to refresh, and then you come back. And that's how we get more hearts here on the scope, okay? My goal is to get to 1 million, okay? To get to 1 million hearts sooner, faster, quicker, so that more people know that these scopes are power-packed and the information is there to really support them, okay? And I need your help to do that, all right? Thank you so much, all right? So, but you know, I know that a lot of you right now are looking at your new year. Thank you. That's right. Start your new year today. You're looking at your year and you're saying, you know what? I didn't do what I thought I was going to do. What I promised myself I would do in January or February and March. Now you're looking at your year and it doesn't look that different. Or maybe it looks different in one area of your life, but you can't figure out why you're stuck in another area. Okay? So I want to talk about today how to get out of your own way. And one of the things that I've been able to see over the years, having coached so many clients, is that typically when we don't consistently get results in our business, it is because of how we see the things that we have to face, right, for change. So let me tell you what I mean by that. Meaning, sometimes we don't get the results that we want because we have to change. And we don't want to change. See, the change might scare you. Like the thing you have to do to overcome yourself to get the result that you want to, you know, to create, you may have to change. And change can be a very scary thing. And a lot of times what I hear from people all the time is that they want to stay the same. They don't want to change who they are. They don't want to change who they hang out with. They don't want to change what they're reading. They don't want to change their beliefs, their habits, their patterns. But I'm going to tell you, to get to where you want to be, no matter what it is, you have to change. When I think about my business 13 years ago, and I was starting my business, I thought I needed to be a speaker in my business in order to grow my business, and I was not a good speaker. And I remember I was like moving like a robot in front of an audience like this, right? And in order for me to be able to, and then she's saying good evening, Julia's saying good evening to you guys. In order for me to be able to grow as a speaker, I had to change. And what that meant was I had to take some classes. I had to overcome my fears. I had to stop making excuses around speaking, which was my own insecurity because I knew I wasn't good at it. And because of it, I wasn't trying to step on those platforms. Hey, Ebony, good to see you. Welcome to the broadcast. You got to do something different today. Even a small change will have an impact. Thank you so much, Valencia. And the thing is, we don't want to change. We want to keep doing the same thing and expect different things to happen. And it doesn't work like that. You have to change. You got to literally align yourself with what you want, right? You got to align yourself with the change that you want. You got to get around people who resemble the change. And a lot of us are still holding on to relationships, you know, people for validations for parking lots, for validation, and we aren't ready to change our world because we're afraid of what people might think about us. Like, you're afraid if you do the thing, what are they going to think about you? Are they not going to want to hang around you, your circle, right? You got to get some skin in the game and invest in your dream. You've got to understand that in order for you to move toward where you want to be, you got to get around people already doing it. And that might be scary for you because sometimes getting around those people means that you're not going to be the smartest person in the room. In fact, you don't want to be, but there's some insecurity around that. You got to surround yourself with the people who resemble your goals. Absolutely, Valencia. And when you do that, you'll see that they will challenge you. They will speak to your fears. They will challenge you when you don't do the stuff you say. See, the reason that we don't get out of our own way is because we won't change our circle. We won't change our circle. If you don't change your circle, you cannot change your circumstances. Now, hear me on this. If you don't change your circle, you won't change your circumstances. It's just simple as that. Every single time I've wanted to manifest a change in my life, I don't care if it's a physical change or in my business or in my marriage, I had to change my circumstances. I had to get around people who were already doing it, who already had a great marriage. Let me tell you, you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to tell you how to have a great marriage. I had to, hey there, what you say? You guys have got to check out Herlene. She's an incredible speaker. She's dynamic. She's phenomenal. But we don't want to change. We want things to stay the same. We don't want to be judged by people because we want something more. We don't want our friends to think that, sometimes we think that moving on means that our friends will think that we don't love them anymore. And what I'm telling you is that you've got to align your life with people who are going where you are going, okay? And if you ever want to get out of your own way, you got to overcome that. And if you're struggling, still hanging around the same people who are talking about the latest show on television, the latest episode of Scandal, I have nothing against it. But I'm talking about if you're trying to write your own scandal, you need to get around people doing that. And that is what's going to be a game changer for you in your life. So you guys do me a favor. I know that you like to write on my scopes. If you need to reset, go out and come back. And then we're going to write. We're going to tap, tap, tap. And I always like to shoot you guys straight because, yes, Valencia, you got to be the change you wish to see in the world. That's what Gandhi says. I'm okay leaving old friends and making new friends. You've got to be. And you know what? Sometimes it's not about leaving them. It's understanding that those friends are not in alignment with your dream. And that's what I had to understand. Like, I had these dreams, these entrepreneurial dreams that were unconventional. And I had to find some friends that were my ambition level and above that helped me to understand that what I wanted to accomplish was possible. And if you don't get around people like that, you don't build a community like that, it becomes really difficult for you to grow into your dream. It means that you forever stay in your own way because you aren't willing to see a different view when you wake up in the morning. See, you are trying to see things the same way. You got to change your perspective to change your life. Absolutely, Harleen. Absolutely. You've got to build your tribe. Absolutely, Valencia. And what you have to understand is that sometimes, my daughter put it this way, and I thought this was so powerful. Thank you so much. My daughter said that her friends from preschool, and now hear me on this, and so it applies to us. She said her friends from preschool, they were like roots in her life. They were like, intertwined roots. But that her friends from middle school were like branches. They were extensions of her personality, of her likes, of her interests. You got to find some friends that are branches, that are branching and doing the things that you want to do, right? More so moving them from my inner circle. I've shifted how close they are and how close you allow them to get to you. Absolutely. So you got to find people who are, as my daughter would say, branches, extensions of where you're trying to go. And that's who you need to be hanging around with. And when you keep hanging around with people who aren't moving, who are not growing in the direction that you want to grow, that's why when you look at your year this year and you say, I thought I'd be further along. This is why. Look at your circle. I have one of my dear friends. You guys will hear me talk about her. Melissa Evans Hughes. She's an incredible entrepreneur. Great, great, great friend of mine. We're mastermind partners. We have been for the last 8 years. We've had incredible results, holding one another accountable in business. And we talk shop all day. What we talk about is how to move the needle in our life, in our business. We hold a space for one another to do the dang thing without excuses. We say to one another, this is what's possible for you. What are you going to do next week? Literally, is probably the only person I've ever met that we can spend an entire day, never talk about a television show. We can never talk about pop culture. We just talk about making the things that we see that are unseen, how to make those things happen. That's, you need a friend like that. And they are out there, but you have to understand that you deserve that, and you have to be willing to play in that space. And I will tell you that one of the excuses that we make is sometimes you want something big. You want it, but then you vacillate. Like you want to get on the dance floor, but you keep sitting down, right? You want to dance to that song, but you won't get up. And when you do that, you love it, making an impact in our society. Absolutely. You want it, but you don't want anybody to know you want it. See, here's the thing. I'm just going to tell you. Sometimes you want the thing, but you don't want anybody to know you want the thing, because the thing that you want is so big that sometimes you feel embarrassed for sharing your dream, or you feel like, what if it doesn't happen? What are they going to think if I put it all out there? Come on now. There are no hearts on this, but you guys know I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to say it, right? Because you don't want anybody to see you fail if it doesn't work. Now, I'm telling the truth, right? Yes, it should be really big. Absolutely. And that's the challenge. So a lot of times we are in our own way because we don't want to tell other people, yes, Carol, afraid to succeed and feeling unworthy of success. We're afraid to succeed. We feel unworthy of success. We're afraid to share our big dreams with people in case it doesn't work, in case we fail. And then we fall flat on our faces. And then what happens? But I'm telling you that success is built on failure. That every success I have had has been a direct result of making mistakes. Yes, Valencia, God will dream a bigger dream for you if you let him. And the thing is, faith doesn't work without work. So you hear me? Like faith doesn't work without work. And when I look at this dream that I've been able to create from an idea, like combine this background of training and my love of motherhood, right, and into a business, I had no idea that I'd be able to, it would involve books. I had no idea that it would involve television. I had no idea that I'd be coaching clients, right? Faith without work is dead. Absolutely. And if it doesn't scare you, you go back to sleep, right? If it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. Because every dream that you've never seen before, you've never done before, is going to scare you. And it should scare you. See, the dreams that don't scare you, you've seen before. There's nothing exceptional about that. You know that path. We're talking about taking the path that you haven't taken before, right? We're talking about doing the thing that you haven't done before. Great story I have for you. I'll never forget it. Okay, so my dream was, to get signed to a television show. I get signed to a television show, which is American Now. It's an Emmy-nominated, nationally syndicated show. Great. First day at work, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I'm living my dream, people. Okay, I'll never forget it. I'm sitting in the car. First segment is inside the car. I say to my producer, I'm looking around, and I don't see a teleprompter. I don't see cue cards. And I say to my producer, so how does this start? Because I've never done this before. How does this start? And she says to me, well, you look at this camera right here. Okay, there are 3 cameras. You look at this camera right here, and then you just open. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, I just opened. I was scared. Are you kidding me? I got out the car. I went to the bathroom. I did a self-talk. Okay. I was afraid. Why? Not because I couldn't do it, because I'd never seen it before. And sometimes the things that you're meant to do, you haven't seen it before. You're going to be afraid. You're supposed to be afraid. And you got to understand that fear is part of the process, right? You do the talk, right? You're amazing, Mia. You were made for this moment. You can do this, right? But I had to take a minute because when she told me that, I expected that at least something would have been written down for our 13-hour day. And I had no idea that nothing was going to be written down for me to talk about all day. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is a lot. But here's the thing, I did it. And you can do it. And the reason is, sometimes we get in our own way because if things aren't lined up perfectly, you know what I'm saying? If we don't have guarantees, we won't try it. And what I want you guys to all understand, and I really feel this in my heart, you got to do it anyway. Even if you're not going to have a roadmap. You might not have cue cards. You might not have notes, but you can still do it. You were prepared for this moment. You can do it. And you got to know that. And you will never know it waiting for everything to be aligned. You have to do it, and that's how you'll know it. I've never done anything major or new and had any guarantees. I've done it. And then I realized I was made for this moment. You have to do it afraid, Herlene. Perfection, absolutely, Valencia, is paralysis. And perfection is the enemy of progress. That's what I always say. Perfection is the enemy of progress. The fact of the matter is, it's never going to be perfect, and it doesn't need to be perfect in order for you to be able to rock the thing out. But you have to face that, and you got to understand that when you're in your own way, it's because you are expecting things to be lined up. You are expecting a guarantee, and life doesn't come like that. Success doesn't work that way. It doesn't come with a guarantee. It comes because you showed up, because you tried, because you gave your all, because you understand that for this very moment you are prepared. Every single thing you have done up to now, every class you have taken, you know what I mean? Every mentor you have had, you know, every self-talk you've had, every fail you have had, it all counts. And you are absolutely ready. But you can't know how ready you are sitting in the chair. You can't. You only know how ready you are when you get on that dance floor and you dance to the song. That's the only way you find out how ready you are. Now, I am Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. For those of you who are just joining me or on the replay, you have to be willing to take a chance on yourself. You are your most valuable asset. I want you guys to catch me at katch.me. If, in fact, you like my broadcast, I want you to check the old ones. Hey, Mia, this is Elka. Are you speaking? I'm speaking to you. Hey, Elka, I'm speaking to you. I'm talking to you. I am talking to you. You guys got to check her out. She is so dynamic. She has the spirit of an amazing, beautiful woman. And you guys just need to know her. She's one of my Core Mom coaching clients, and she is on Periscope tonight. I can't wait to see your Periscope. I can't wait to see it, Elka. I am Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. And what I love is I love the women I get to work with. Let me just be clear about it. I work with amazing women who are smart, they're sharp, they believe in self-investment, and they do the dang thing. And they do it afraid, and they don't know that it's going to work. And there are no guarantees, but you know what? They do it anyway. And what they find out when you do the thing is what you're fully capable of. You can never know what you're fully capable of sitting on the sidelines. You can never know how fast you throw the ball unless you throw the ball. And that is just true. And if, in fact, you are, and I hope it's touching some of you guys out here who, you know, you got this dream, you're like, I've been wanting to do it, and you keep hesitating, I want you to overcome that, and I want you to promise me that this year. Just put, I promise, Mia, I promise, I want you to overcome. I want you to overcome that. If you have a question, Julia, put it out. You know, I want to open the floor. If you guys have any questions for me, I'd love to answer your questions in real time. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I love supporting moms with life and business success. You promise. Okay, I love it. Deal. Fist bump. Okay, play ball. I'm a baseball fan. You are talking to me. Okay, there you go, Elka. You promise. Okay, Pat. All right, deal. Okay, because it's so important to have the conversation. It's a basic conversation, but it's not basic because what makes us make excuses is we don't take action on the things that we can do because we're afraid of failure. We're afraid of being judged. As one of my clients, Anne, writes in her book, The Gifted Trap, we're afraid of perceptions. We're afraid of beliefs and judgments. She calls them PB&Js, like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I got off and came back. What are we promising? We're promising that in 2016 you're going to go all the way. Like you aren't going to, or is it too late, or I'm too old? Are you too old? You're never too old. You're seasoned. You're 48. I'm 48. It's not. Are you kidding? Is that a joke? Is this a joke? Okay. 48 is young. It is never too late to do the thing that you need to do. Okay, thank you, Valencia. It is never too late, Julia, to do the thing you want to do. And I think that with the older we are, the wiser we are, the more defined we are about what we want. Say Pat's 50 years old, and she's saying, hey, it's never too late. So you can rock this thing out. And how cool is it to be in community with other women? Yes, same age and anniversary. See that? We've got a lot in common, and that's why you're here. You're not old. I'm older than you. You have to turn the chapter. See, Elka's telling you, you got to turn. You got a story that's playing, right? You got like 10 chapters, and you need to write number 11 and 12. And 11 and 12 is that she thought about the dang thing, and 12 chapters, she did the dang thing. Okay? All right? And it's up to you. You get to decide what those chapters include. I'm older than both of you. And your age is a number. Age is just a number. And yes, you know what? You can do whatever you want to do. It's a mindset thing. It's not about an age. We can't let our age define our destiny. the reality is, when you think about people who are achieved a lot of their dreams, a lot, like Martha Stewart, she was in her 50s. Steve Harvey, he was in his 50s. Colonel Sanders, I believe, was in his 60s. You got so many incredible entrepreneurs who were older, entrepreneurs who, before they had success. I think Tyler Perry was in his mid-40s, 44, I believe he was, before he had his mega success. So I wouldn't get hung up on that. It's a question of, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay? Season people. Life is a bag of tools. And that's how I look at it. Everything that's happened up to now, I get to put in my toolbox, and I get to use all of that. And that's the benefit. And those who are on the fence to choose me, oh, aren't you sweet? Oh, she's so sweet. She's recommending my coaching services. I appreciate you so much. You know what? You're the bomb, right? I get to work with amazing people who don't make excuses, okay? Because at the end of the day, it's great to be in community with other people who are overcoming their excuses. We all have excuses. Like, I told you guys a month ago, I was like, I'm not going to do Periscope. I don't want to do Periscope. I don't want to be on a platform every day. I was talking to my coach. I was like, I think it could be overexposure. And my coach was like, what? Why? Why do you think that? And it was an excuse. It was an excuse, right? Yeah, I know. Well, there you go. But I'm just saying that sometimes we justify our excuses, right? And they're not real. They're like illusion. And so she told me that, and I was like, you're right. She was like, why would you not do that? You're personable. Video is a great platform for you. Absolutely. And I'm so glad. And now, 30 days later, 100 scopes later, right, 37 days later, 100 scopes later, I realized, I love this platform. I love my new friends that I get to talk to all the time. It's been great. But I had an excuse. And the excuse was, I was comfortable. And that's another reason that we get in our own way. We're comfortable. We don't want to change. We want things to stay the same. We justify the things that we don't want to do as if, thank you so much. We justify the things we don't want to do as if they are real reasons, and they're not. This is why it's so important to have a community of people that hold you accountable, that say, why? Why? They say, why does that make sense? They say, why would you not do that? They say, why don't you give it a try? You need to have people around you that hold you to the fire. Excuses are only good to those that make them. Well, you know what? And you believe them. And when your world is small and you don't have people that you're sharing your big dreams with, they make sense to you. But when you get around other people and you start talking about your excuses, they will hold you to your fire. And that means you need to have a community. So if you believe in the stuff you're saying over and over again, it tells me you don't have accountability in your life. Miracles. No, even good for them, right? So anyway, I want to open the floor for now and see, are there any questions? Do you guys have any questions? I mean, what excuses are you guys dealing with right now that you need to overcome? Like, how can we support you around your excuses? That's my first question. Then I have another question for you guys about your 15 minutes, okay? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember that? Okay. So what excuses are you trying to overcome? Like, maybe it's like going to the gym, right? So here's the thing. This is so funny. Last week, my personal trainer, signed, he friended me on Facebook. So I was like, uh-oh, that's not a good sign. So when your personal trainer friends you on Facebook, that's actually not a good sign, okay? That means like they're looking for you, okay? And so I sent him a text and said, okay, I'll be there. It was an excuse. I've got this, I got that, I've got this. Questions should only bring answers, not excuses. Absolutely. And you got to have accountability. You got to have people that care enough about you, that lock arms with you, and that say to you, that are looking for you on Facebook. America's Most Wanted. Yeah. That's right, Elka, right? But how cool is it to have a system for accountability, to have already invested in a trainer who was like, hey, you said you want to do this, and where you at? Okay? And that's looking for you. Who is looking for you? Who is holding you accountable for the stuff you say? This is why I always write the check for myself, for my dreams, because I want people looking for me. You know what I'm saying? So my coach, when I told her I didn't want to do Periscope, she was like, Why? She wouldn't have said that to me if she wasn't my coach. I would have still been living in my excuses. So that is a great and amazing point that you guys all need to think about, is who's holding you accountable. Whether you're talking about mastermind groups, whether you're talking about coaching, accountability works. You did your vision board and you shared it with your accountability partners. Wonderful. I love it. I can't wait to see it. Wonderful. So in Core Moms, everyone has to create a vision board their first month when they're coaching with me, which is cool. And then, you know how I believe in keeping my vision boards close to me. I keep them both in my office. I read them every day. And that has been one of the, I think it's definitely been one of those things that's helped me to be able to achieve my results, because the things that I want to accomplish are not like distant or something I can't remember. It's something I see every day. It's very tangible for me. Okay? So if you guys have hearted it up, I want you to reset and come back so that we can put more hearts in, so that more people know that this broadcast is great and that we can support more moms. So that's my goal, is to support more moms with amazing content, and that's it, okay? And all I'm really asking are for hearts, okay? I move them around so I don't start to overlook them, right? You move your goals around so that you don't overlook them. I keep my vision board here. I set goals every single day that relate to my vision board. I only do 3 actions every day. Okay, your vision boards, yes. I only do 3 actions every day. So my whole goal is that I kind of make achieving my goals easy. I don't do a whole lot of things, just 3 actions that'll move my life forward every day. So Elka, I don't know if you've seen, I think you might have seen it, but this is one of my vision boards. And I keep my vision board close, and I read it every day. And I keep it until I've achieved everything on it. I gotta drink some water. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I keep it until I've achieved everything on my vision board. So I have 2. I have 1 here and I have 1 over here on this side of my office. And that's what I do every day. So have you guys been spending your 15 minutes alone every day? Anybody? Anybody? Somebody say something. Yes, thank you. I sent you a copy in your inbox. Let me know your thoughts. Did you just send it? I'm looking now. Are there words on the Post-its? Yes. Valencia, there are. And they're very specific words. So when I believe that when people, okay, you sent me a Twitter message, did I get it? I don't think I got it. So let me say that when I use my vision board, for example, I have a 6 to 7 figure book deal for my next book, right? So that's how specific I am. I like to use Post-it notes. For my husband, I had written to get Pat a kidney and successful operation and surgery and recovery, 110% healing done. So I try to be very specific about what I want. So I like to use vision boards. You can cut out words of what you want to feel or you want to experience. You can put pictures that, I know, turn it up right. You can take pictures that represent what maybe what you want to feel or what you want to have in your life. But I actually like to use Post-it notes and write down specifically what I want. So, and on this particular vision board, I have like my development television deal, what that looks like. I'm very specific about it. How many corporate partners I want to have. How many time for mommy groups I want to host. Things like that. Very, very specific goals that I have here. Thank you guys for heartening it up. I appreciate it so much. So I use words like, I have the word, I don't know if you guys can see this, like dream big, elevate, my moment. I have a retreat and empowered experience. I have be the picture of health, be your own shade of brilliant. Those are words that, I don't know that you guys can see it, but I try to be pretty specific about it, but I always use Post-it notes whenever I'm doing my vision boards. That's just what works for me, but you can do whatever you need to do in terms of doing your vision board, whatever works. If you like pictures, do that. I think sometimes if you're stuck and you can't figure out what you want, then the best thing, you just resend the picture of the board, okay? Then if you are stuck, I'm going to refresh, okay? If you're stuck, then what you can do is just cut out pictures of what you want to feel. Okay, I have it. All right. If you're stuck, what you want to do is cut out pictures of what you want to experience. So sometimes if you're experiencing a major life change, you might not be able to write down yet. Well, you might not be able to define what you want yet. So what I like to do is then cut out pictures of what I want to feel. It might be somebody sitting on the beach. It might be somebody writing in a journal. It might be just an experience that I want to feel. Peace, joy, love, things like that. And you can just use pictures on your board instead of words, or, for it to be specific to some particular goal or, or time period in that way. Does that make sense? Okay. Are there any other questions for me? Are there any other questions? Support, great content, share. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support moms with life and business success. I'm passionate, really, about supporting my clients with an online digital strategy, taking what you know, putting it into content to be able to monetize it, whether you're selling it to individuals who buy your products online or to brands who buy your systems to support their demographic. So if you're interested in that, you're going to love everything that I scope about. That's what I like to talk about. And I found that it's really supported, hundreds of other entrepreneurs. Now, one of my favorite scopes that I ever did was, thank you. So do you keep updating the board? Great information. One of the greatest scopes that I did was on how to position your book with brands. So you guys need to check that out at catch.me. They're 2 30-minute scopes. It's really, really, really good. And I show you some of my clients and how they position their books, and I think it'll help you. I do, not on my 2013 board, but on my 2014 board, I do add in new postcards. I'll add in different things. And so my only goal is, as I'm achieving these things, I check those things off. And when everything's gone from my board, then I replace the board with a new board. So typically I have like 2 boards a year. So, and that's really it. And I'm just one of those people that accomplishes incredible things. I get a lot of my goals done, and I think it's because I see my goals every single day, and that's why I'm sharing my process with you guys, because it works. Okay? Okay, are there any other questions for me? So I know it's late, it's 12 o'clock, and I know some of you guys, maybe your pies are cool, maybe the cookies are cool. I know you're multitasking, because that's what I'm doing. Got 2 of the books. Which books did you get? Tell me the books you got. Did they come via Amazon? You are committed and focused. I'm committed and focused, and my goal, Pat, is to support more moms with life and business success. And that's what I'm passionate about. Really, my goal this year is to support 1 million moms. And it's going to be millions, but personally 1 million moms using my systems and my strategies to get results. Because I know that when moms are better, families are better. And that's what I'm really passionate about. What books did you get? Tell me the names. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. And can I honor you too? Yes, the business of the 21st century. Okay. Oh, am I over 154,000? Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. Wow. So you guys are hearting it up, and I appreciate that. So the hearts have been coming. 21 Qualities of a Leader. That's an awesome, awesome book. And you know what? It's about reading. I told you guys that success, I was telling guys on my coaching call tonight for core moms that success is what you put in. So a lot of times we think it's the grind, it's the hustle, and it's the work. No. It's how you think. My goal for you is 1 million. I know your goal for me is 1 million. I told you, I take that challenge on. I'm totally into it. And I'm going to do what I need to do to get 1 million, to support 1 million moms loving this. Rich Dad Poor Dad is an incredible book. I love it. I have all my kids read it too. They have Rich Dad for Teens. So Rich Dad Poor Dad, if you guys haven't read it, is Robert Kiyosaki's New York Times bestselling book about how he had 2 dads. And yes, 1 million. Got it, girl. He had 2 dads. And one dad was his dad, his biological dad, who believed that the way to wealth was like working a job. And the other dad was more entrepreneurial. It was his friend's dad, I believe it was. and he talked to him about, these different philosophies, Rich Dad and the Poor Dad. It was really good read. Really good, easy, quick read, really great mindset books. Love that. You're going to see I'm going to talk about that all the time, that if you want to go to your next level next year and you want to get out of your own way, you got to read. You got to change how you think. You got to change. Change keeps coming back. You got to change who you hang around. You got to change what you think. You got to change what you do. If you do those things, you're going to be looking at change in your life. Okay? And there's no way to go from in your business from where you are right now to creating the success you want and be the same. I'm sorry to tell you. It's not real. You're going to have to change. All right? All right. So I am going to sign off if there are not any other questions. So I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the Mom Strategist. I always like to open the floor. If there are any questions for me, I'll answer them, right? What are you guys baking? What are you guys doing right now? So I know you guys are multitasking. What are you doing right now? Arvin Pool's in the house. See, Arvin, I was going to go, but I can't go because Arvin's in the house, guys. You've got to follow him. He is the bomb. And so, I talked about you the other day. Listen, Arvin, I was talking about you the other day because I was telling everybody, we were talking about Periscope, and I was saying that Tawana's taught me many of the things that I know about Periscope. And then I just recently signed up to coach with you to learn more about Periscope because he knows how to make it work, guys. And you need to be following people who can elevate, what you know and help you speed up your results. And he is that. And his scopes are awesome and they're so informative. And I love him. Right, Valencia? Right? You saw his scope tonight. It was good. And you know what, Julia? They're all good. They're all good. So the thing I'm always committed to is sharing with you guys great and amazing resources. And so that you know that if I'm going to recommend it, it's going to be good. And you can trust that, all right? So that you're never like, me, what you sent me over there for? I'm never going to send you anywhere that doesn't make sense. Okay, so the floor is open. Are there any other questions for me, guys? So we talked about tonight, what happens, why we're in our own way, and how to overcome that. Any questions? Did you get the email I sent? Where did you send it? Did you just send it? Tell me your name. So Mia_Redrick at findingdefinitions.com is my email. Okay, Mia_Redrick.com. Tell me your first name. Janine? Let's see. Let me check. Did you send it to Mia_Redrick? I gotta check, guys. I sent it to your email. You know what? I see that you signed up for my newsletter, but I don't see an email to me directly. I don't see an email to me directly. So let me check the spam file. Okay, so you need to resend it. I don't see anything. I do see that you signed up for my newsletter, so I'm excited about that, but I don't see anything to me directly, okay? So for those of you who are just joining me, hey, Melissa Evans Hughes, the Master Biz Coach. She's in the house, guys. You've got to follow her. I am Mia Redrick. I'm the Mom Strategist, and I support moms with life and business success, and I love it, right? I've coached over 400 clients. 112 of my clients are authors, and half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. Now, what I love to do is take what you know and package what you know into digital content or strategy to be able to sell online in some way. So that's how I like to make my money, is passively from the comfort of my home. And if you're into that, you're going to love what I scope about. And if you've missed my scopes in the past, you can always catch me at KATCH.me. There are about 100 there now. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You need to resend the emails. Hey, look, you know what? Polished. I'm hot. I'm menopausal. That's for sure. Okay. I am into that. Merry Christmas and enjoy your holiday. You'll be very busy. Okay, Elka, I love you. I'll talk to you soon, okay? And get the replay of the Core Moms coaching call. Okay, perfect. All right, are there any other questions for me? You know, I like when the floor is open, I like to answer any questions that you guys might have for me. What are you guys baking? Like, what are you guys doing right now? Because I've got like pies in the oven, and I'm doing my mom thing. I'm getting ready for folks. Are you guys entertaining? Are you traveling? Tell me. Okay, don't be shy. Are you guys not cooking? Am I the only one cooking? Okay, caramel cakes. I don't make it. I've never made a caramel cake. That sounds cool. Sounds delicious. Okay, please repost the link for the one-on-one. Okay, so the one-on-one, Pat, is you can go to miaredrick.com. Ooh, sweet potato pies, potato salad, yum. For the one-on-one, what she's talking about is that you can book a one-on-one with me. Typically, I charge my clients $1,000 for an hour for a coaching session. For the holiday special, you can book a one-to-one session with me for $200 and save $800. And that's the link. Thank you, Julia, for posting that. Thank you so much for putting that there. She's just amazing. Just adore you. So it's also in my Periscope bio. So you can also copy and paste that. Or, thank you. Or you can go to miaredrick.com, my website, and then click on Rock Your Business. And okay, you just need to copy and paste it. Copy and paste it. Mia saves moms, families, marriages, and lives. You know what? You guys do the work. You do the work. I just bring the systems, Melissa. I bring the systems. You guys got to do the heavy lifting. But I get to work with people who want results in their life. And I'm committed to supporting more families with life and business success. So that's what I like to do. That's what I get to do. And I'm really grateful that I get to do. I'm just grateful I get to do the work that I get to do. So you guys know that. So you can go to miaredrick.com and then click on Rock Your Business, and then one-to-one coaching, and then you'll see the link right there. So it's pretty simple. So miaredrick.com, click on Rock Your Business, and then go to one-to-one coaching, and then from there, you can just book right away. You can only book one consult. So, it's a great value. You save $800. Boom. Okay. And, and it's a discovery session. I did one today. Was it who did I have a session with today? Oh, with Terry. She's not here. It was great. Okay. I wish she was here. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you so much. So, Melissa Evans Hughes, I was talking about you earlier today, Melissa, on my scope. She's a great friend. Yeah, it does cost us all more, right? It costs us more not to get the support that we need. And that's the reality of life, right? And a lot of times we don't think about it like that, but at the end of the day, you got to think, what does it cost you not to get the information that you need? What does it cost you not to get the accountability that you deserve? Okay, what does it cost you? And when you think about that, then you start to invest more in yourself. So for me, the very first check I'm always going to write is something that's going to make my life better, okay? Because I know that when I'm better, then I can take care of my family better. I have less headaches, right? It's more expensive to go at it alone. It absolutely is. And I was telling them about you earlier, Melissa, and how you and I, for the last 8 years, have been mastermind partners, and how if you don't have that accountability, if you don't have people who are pulling you up and saying, why are you making those excuses? I'm sorry. Why are you making those excuses? I'm sorry. Why are you making those excuses? You make those excuses and you believe those. And we've been great accountability partners over the years. Isn't that right, Elka? And so you've got to make sure that you pair with someone that's your ambition level and above, because they will hold you to your light, and they won't let you believe that stuff you tell yourself when you get afraid. And that's really important. When I think about, over the years, I remember I had a speaking engagement. You remember this, Melissa? I had the speaking engagement. I was petrified. I was so scared. I called Melissa. I was in the car. I was so frightened. And Melissa says, listen, you are the mom strategist. She was like, this is how the mom strategist does it. She does it like this. She says it like this. What are you wearing? She said, no one sees what the mom strategist wears from the morning to the night. You got to change your clothes. Look, she talked about my brand and my business so big that I believed her. And you know what? It was one of the best presentations I've ever had. You have got to have people who speak life to you like that. You got to surround yourself with people who've got big dreams too. And they will affirm you. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. Thank you, Arvin. Terry says, find someone that runs faster than you. I told her I will run past her. Laugh without laugh. Terry is something else. Terry is great. Terry Levine, Elka and I share the same coach. Melissa also is coach with Terry Levine. She's a phenomenal coach. And then Elka is also one of my coaching clients. So you see how, do you see the commonality? We all coach with, we coaching. We're investing in ourselves. And this is why you can't ever predict your results. Terry is great. You can't predict your results. But I can tell you that if you make investments, you're likely to see a return on your investment. No investments, I don't know where you're looking for the return. You know what I'm saying? You're going to look at the same thing. So you got to understand that. For those of you who are new to my scopes, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to reset, like to go out and come back so that we can hard it up, so that we can support more people. Support great content, ladies. Aren't you awesome, Julia? You're just like amazing. I attract amazing people. I get to work with women who are smart, who are sharp, who believe in self-investment. And yes, Melissa, there is enough room for greatness when you are great. Listen, my assumption is that, that great people call other people great. Like whatever somebody's saying to you is what they're saying to themselves. That I'm clear about. Okay? So I'm only thinking you're amazing because I'm thinking I can do amazing things. And of course you can do amazing things because that's how I look at life. Right? So we attract who we are. We talk to people. We speak. We say things based on our level of our mindset. Mia, I lost a first cousin yesterday and found out my travel plans to D.C. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to hear that. Arvin. And, let me know if there's anything that I can do. I'm so sorry to hear that. And that's so sad, especially around the holidays, to lose someone that you love, first cousin. And I'm sorry to hear that. And my prayers are with your family. And I'm sorry to hear that. Okay. You have to go to Atlanta. Wow. Okay. Yeah, isn't this, guys, show Arvin some love. Let's show him some light and make sure you lift his family in prayer. Okay, we all need one another. We need good people praying for one another. Yes, but Arvin, we will meet. We're going to meet. And I didn't even know there was like a Perry. I didn't know there was a Perry conference. Like there's a Periscope conference, guys, that's coming up. And Arvin is a featured speaker there. You guys need to go. Thank you. Praying for each of you, right? Guys, I didn't know. Somebody asked me the other day if I was going to go, and I said the first time I heard about it was on Arvin's Scope. Melissa, you need to follow Arvin. I had talked about him the other day. Arvin Poole, sorry for your loss. Aren't you guys beautiful and amazing? Okay. All right. Any other questions for me? We've been on the Scope a long time, and I just want to honor your time. I know you've got to do other things. And if there are not any other questions for me, then I'm going to sign out. All right, I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. Now, it wouldn't be a perfect night, right? Like if I don't share with you something that I love, you guys know what I'm going to share. You know what it is. If you know what it is, you can just type it in, okay? But I have to share this with you because no night is complete without what? Okay, do you guys know? Do you know? All right, you know what I'm going to do, right? And so what we're going to do is have some heart music, all right? I'm Lionel Richie's biggest fan, okay? And so you will be too. Thank you, okay? And so here's the song for tonight. Johnny Gill. Look, Arvin, you got to hang around. Johnny Gill, I am Lionel Richie's biggest fan. Okay, so here's the Lionel Richie selection tonight. Okay? All right, so we hard it up. Do you know him? Arvin, if you know Lionel Richie, yes. I'm like Lionel Richie's biggest fan, and he needs to know this. So on my scopes, we always listen to Lionel Richie music, and this is when we hard it up. I don't sing, though. I only talk. Come on, guys. Show the love. If you know Lionel Richie, Arvin, seriously, you can't even play that way. Because Melissa was in first class with Lionel Richie and in the Delta Sky Club and didn't tell him that her friend was the groupie that wanted to meet him. And I just didn't want to talk to her for 2 months. Okay. You know, I take that seriously. Come on, guys, hard it up. Just a little bit more. I love this song. It's such great. He's such a great lyricist. Hey. Everybody's got to know this. I love Lionel Richie. You know, Lionel Richie is performing in Vegas now, starting January. So I'm going to go see him 2 times. All right, a little bit more. Oh, I love this part. Okay. Wait a minute. You can imagine what it's like to live with me, right? You're eating salad. You're hardening it up. Thank you so much. Okay, so guys, no scope would be complete without Lionel Richie music. That's true, Julia. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you guys. Good night. You'll replay the session you missed yesterday. I can't wait to see your scope. Elka, when are you going to do your scope? Carol just did hers, okay? Did I make your night? It's nice to see you again. Okay, that's our virtual handshake. Oh, we should have done a fist bump. Boom. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. It's been wonderful sharing with you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay? Good night, guys. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you.